Hi everyone, this is the Late Night Connections, the show about arts and the creatives. We have today an amazing guest that I will be introducing to you guys. But first and foremost, as you know, as the Late Night Connection show is going on our podcast, and we also have a video content, do check it out. Do follow us at merica.io and be sure to share this with your mates. Today we have William Koong. William is an exceptional artist whose creative journey is driven by a profound commitment to sustainability and environmental consciousness. William's artistic part is a testament to his unique vision of transforming discarded materials and turning them into exquisite sculptures, not only captivating the eye, but also carrying a powerful message about the importance of our natural world. Through his innovative metalworks, William invites us to re-evaluate our impact on the environment and reconsider the potential to discarded materials. His dedication extends beyond art as he actively engages in initiatives that address pressing global challenges by using waste and other sustainable material to create a custom piece, a placemaking, and a talking point for all. As a waste art sculpture, William's works goes beyond aesthetic. It serves as a medium to ignite awareness about endangered species, particularly those in native Malaysia. His artistry is a fusion of creativity and environmental advocacy, emphasizing the value of using art in inspiring ways and igniting positive change. So, as we always do, before we start, we like to just explain a little bit about the setup here today. So, I'm wearing a striped shirt, a formal shirt, tied hair, with my specs, as always, with a computer. Behind is a brick wall with our America logo, and I am sitting on an office chair while William is on a bench. And as we're going to start, we're going to ask him to share us a bit of a fun fact, something nobody knows, or maybe some know. So William, please, do share.
Hello, I'm William. Thank you for listening, everybody. Fun fact about myself. I guess I've never slept a night without reading comic books before I sleep. Manga, especially Japanese manga.
Right.
Yeah.
Are you more a book, or is it on your mobile phone or something?
A mobile phone. Yeah, mobile phone.
Yeah, it's much more easy. It's free also.
Yes.
Okay, so every night you have to read your manga.
Yes. And the older I get, the lesser page I could stand. Used to be like a chapter, but then nowadays like 2 pages and I'm out. Like, you know.
Right. Nice. I love anime. I can't read so much. I don't know whether it's,
How'd you get this job if you can't read?
I don't know. I just like it stumbled
curious, sorry.
onto me, and for me, manga is more. Yeah, it takes a lot more work. I think maybe at night it might help, but I like watching animes.
Yes.
What's your current manga that you like?
Current one I'm reading is called Kodoku Experiment. Yeah, it's about like a really weird scientific experiment that as usual humans, you know, trying to be God and trying to create a new life form or whatnot, and end up, you know, eating the whole of humanity, like that sort of thing.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, anime always brings out like different areas and just goes dark
Yeah.
like that, you know,
Yeah.
or just takes humor into another level of things. You know?
Definitely.
All right, William, maybe you can share a little bit about what background or what you're doing or how you look today.
My background is a brick wall as well, and I'm currently working on a few artworks actually. Sorry, jokes aside, just a few artworks actually. One for a friend, a client friend, who's officiating an event. I'm not allowed to say it today, but this gotta be aired later than today, right? Than this weekend.
Yeah.
Okay, then it's for Prudence Foundation. And another one more private, an individual client who wanted me to transform a old Mini Cooper shell into a rocket spaceship so that kids could interact and play with it. Yeah.
Whoa,
Yeah.
so there's going to be huge sculptures, right?
Okay, not too big. Medium, I would say, size of a car.
All right.
For that one. the first artwork is 2D, two dimensions, 3x4, 3x4.
Just to share, William's wearing a black shirt, green pants,
Yep.
tied hair also. So we've
Yep.
got long hair boys today.
Correct.
Awesome. All right, so William, I think we know each other for some time now.
Yeah, for quite some time, almost a decade.
Almost a decade.
Almost like I think about 8, 9, 7 years.
Yeah, so great to see the full circle of things in what you're doing, and definitely I've always seen that passion that you have in terms of sculpture, in terms of building. Maybe just to see the journey of this whole you going into this area of becoming an artist and even using the materials that you use. Could you share with us how this journey transpired, what inspired you to go into this area that you are right now kind of championing it yourself in your way?
That's a good question actually. Like, where should I start? Like, I could start from the beginning. Like, ever since I was a kid, I grew up in a poor family. Love to play as a kid, of course, but every toy that I get will get destroyed in the next one day. Because then I realized, like, my favorite toy is the screwdriver and the hammer, so I could open things up. So my dad and mom sort of like gave up buying, it's like, just pick up trash from the side of the road, like old mini compos, old like boom boxes. People used to throw that stuff. I just pick it up and I'll go ham on it and I'll open everything up. But I'll never know how to fix it back. That's for sure, right?
So you can make your own thing after that,
Something like that. Make believe, kind of like a role playing. You don't have a doll, but you make something that look like a doll, right? And I started off from that kind of passion. I've never considered myself an artist, like, until recent 3 years, I would say. Like, I've been in practice, true, but to really take it in myself, like, oh, I'm an artist, like, I should wear that category of society with pride, like, that really didn't sink in until recently. Working with BGBG was fine. That was amazing, beyond fine, actually. That 10 years with the organization really helped me to sort of, not help, but really gave me the chance to explore and expose what I think I can do, but actually given the chance to prove to myself that I can do it, like, with X amount of energy or resources and whatnot. And that has truly helped. That's truly helped, yeah.
Wow. So, yeah, I mean, from starting from playing with, toys to now, working with bigger things and waste material and all that. Yeah, I mean, I can understand, like,
That's because we're poor. Because we got no money to buy materials, we pick up rubbish and work, Like Juliana, I forgot to mention this very special person in my heart. Juliana is the first business partner I have. And this way before BGBG, like there's 2 years before BGBG, we both got laid off. We both work at the same event company. We both get laid off. And finally, I told her, Jules, screw this. Like, I know I'm broke, you're broke. Like, what is there to lose, right? Let's start a company and run events made out of rubbish, like, because rubbish is the free resource.
Yeah.
So it started from there. 2 years we were doing that. Then only we got to know G and Rash, true friends, and work together, and it's been a great journey. Yeah.
Wow. So that's like the full circle story, guys. If you don't know, that's
Now you
kind
know.
of how we started. Mereka even. Mereka is just 2017, but BGBG has been around since 2013. So that's 10 years. And William was one of those founding members in that initial
Co-partner.
Yeah.
Co-partner.
So before that, I know you were in Taboo Enterprise.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's where doing events, workshops, and that's where I came in. So William was a friend. I used to hang out in the house a lot. I just came there. I also was without a job. I just finished the place where I was working, and surprisingly enough, the place I was working was where William worked before this.
Yeah. It's funny, right, Jay? It's like
Yeah.
it's almost like 7 years, 8 years now. Like, you think about it. Felt like just yesterday you were cutting diesel drums for me.
Yeah, I think that was one of the first
the
few things. Using a plasma gun and just
Yeah.
like I
Yeah.
know cutting metal and all these
Yeah.
things, and yeah, so just going back into like the whole spectrum of like just looking into like the waste side and the sustainability thing. Why did you want to do this? Is it like your calling, or like you felt like the earth needed help, or like why would you want to get your hands dirty for waste?
Felt like it was the right thing to do at that moment. In terms of course, the matter of fact of sustainability and the exposure that we are trying to, like, let's jump on this and be part of the catalyst of exposure. Be part of the be part of the movement that's uncalled out yet. Like, but we are part of it, and we just want to do new things every day, try and test, and yeah, and also to sustain ourselves, of course. Like, that's where the money was also. People are looking for custom handmade products left, right, and center. 10 years ago, it was I call it the pallet wood era, where every restaurant has a pallet wood furniture, just cause Pinterest say so. And yeah, that works for us, yeah.
Nice. So I guess moving from these art installations, there is an agenda or like something you're trying to showcase. So I want to tap into the whole endangered animal projects that you've worked on. Maybe you can tell us a bit about these projects, because maybe some of our listeners have not heard about these things. There must be some symbolism or some impact that you're trying to showcase in these sculptures. Could you share with us what those projects were, to give us a bit of an idea?
Funny. Thank you for bringing up those. Like, first off, I'm not a fine art student, right? I did not study art, right? As funnily as it is, but it's soon for me to realize that studying art is not a prerequisite. To be an artist is to continuously learn new things, study, research, whatever that helps you generate your core value, as we say. And I feel I have a big responsibility as an artist, especially as a public art artist, the opportunities that I get to put my artwork out there. And I feel like this responsibility of me, although I'm delivering a particular set amount of KPIs for a patron, right? And they like it, and it's their place, and they put the sculpture there. But I still feel there's a responsibility, or there's some form of force, like not Star Wars kind of force, but like forcing people. Like, even though the person is happy, he has an outdoor park, I put my work there, but I'm forcing the mass, the uncle who jog, who take his evening stroll, the auntie who walk with his grandkids, to look at that particular thing. I feel that's a big responsibility there. This long explanation, why? Because I feel like this is a good chance for me to highlight creatures that are living around us. They're not famous. And I feel I'm like one of them as well. Like, I feel like, I'm there, I'm doing my work as the creature does, and the creature would be burrowing underground or come out at night and live their life. They're happy doing what they're doing, right? But because of the neighbors not knowing they're around, right, then it's out of mind, right? Therefore, to bring these creatures out is to remind people, like, this not famous tiny fellas, that they're around us, and we should be more aware, and that awareness will help grow from a story. Like, might be an adult telling a younger kid that story, and that younger kid will develop, a narrative of their own. But they look at the artworks, the sculpture, they know that, oh, these creatures stay around us. I shouldn't, I shouldn't do this kind of whatever it is that they're doing, that
Right.
they deem wrong.
Correct. At least I understand what this creature is about.
Yeah.
Is it really endangered? To know more, to
Yeah.
spark that interest. Just wondering if you could share which are these animals and where are they?
Some examples of them. Yeah. So I've got 3 creatures in Johor. So I'm a very, so as much as as much as people's conception on how artists are, I feel like I'm quite. I don't feel just me, like a lot of other artists out there, they work on a very structural manner, not the Hollywood artist diva, I wake up anytime I want. Artists out there are pretty productive in that sense, and we always have our modus operandi, we call it, our process. And part of my process, the 3 sculptures, I like to highlight 1 famous one and 2 hidden ones. So you can find 3 in Johor lah. The Malayan tape, of course, the WWF logo representative of Malaysia. There's 2 famous already, but still I do it, right? Because it's famous.
And you use a Volkswagen car.
Yeah, I used the Volkswagen car, a Volkswagen Beetle, and a Morris Minor, and a Mini Minor as well, the body parts of it. And then the next one is, the not so famous one now is the Oriental Pied Hornbill. Everyone thinks that Hornbill is on Borneo side, right? But actually in Peninsula, we have our Oriental Pied Hornbill, slightly smaller, resides in the Straits of Malacca. So from Klang, Pulau Pangkor and all that, you can see them. So that hornbill is one of it that I make quite big. The biggest out of the 3 over there, using construction materials and car parts as well. And the third one is the very localized Hippocampus kuda, the yellow spotted seahorse. So it's as big as the palm of our hands. So actually Johor, interestingly, they have this grass wetland.
Right.
So it's very rare in Malaysia to have wetlands that has grass growing on it. Seagrass, right? And this particular
This is slightly different than mangroves a bit.
No, it's not mangrove. This
Seagrass.
it's different. It's seagrass, right?
Okay.
And this seagrass, it's where the Hippocampus kuda, the yellow spotted seahorse would breed, and that's their home, that's their habitat lah. And due to development, more and more like patching up of the soil, reclaiming lands and all that, and all the sludge from construction will flow back. That affects the habitat of the seahorse. So that's the seahorse. That's very localized. All 3 of them in Putri Harbour in Johor lah. Yeah.
Okay, so I know, like, there's a whole bunch of animals that we need to look into definitely and talk about. I've seen some of them in Central Market even. There's a few pieces
more
there.
recent pieces, yes.
Those were quite colorful, quite vibrant, in terms of like the artwork. Is this? You worked with a few, other artists in this project?
Yes. Funny you ask, because that particular project happened last year. We delivered in 2022.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 2022. And it featured 3 endangered species that we selected. As usual, we choose a more famous one. So one of them is the Malayan pangolin, Sunda pangolin. Right. And the other one is the painted terrapin, the Malayan painted terrapin. And the last one is the peacock pheasant. So a lot of people get mistaken with the peacock pheasant sculpture as a peacock itself.
Exactly.
But actually it's not. In real life, it's as big as a turkey only. And it's very, very, very shy. It's as shy as a sang kancil. They're very elusive, right? So it's hard to catch them in the wild, to even see them in the wild, but they're really beautiful. So just to bring out this species out there for people to sort of interact with it and imagine, and imagine.
So, I also seen those few art pieces. I was fortunate enough, and you can go check it out if you're in Central Market area, JB, and there's a few more others probably hidden everywhere. We could probably have a treasure map of like William's art sculpture treasure hunt even, You'll probably need to go to a lot of places. The other day I just went to Genting and I saw a few of your sculptures still standing there with flower pots in them.
Yeah. Those are older works when I was working with BG. That's under BGBG's name.
Yeah, so I mean, this is where, as an artist, people want to buy artworks from artists, that's why the branding of
Who are these people? Please introduce to me.
Definitely. Always. It's just the easiest to work with you, or even with artists that you have in your collective event. So maybe just bringing that in full circle in terms of like you talking about the other artists that you work with and stuff. So now you have a collective, right? The Ghetto Playground. Maybe you can share a bit about what you all do there, in terms of your projects and the place and the things you do?
Yeah, sorry, I diverged a bit from the previous question,
okay.
right? Yeah, I did work with a few artists.
Yeah.
Those animals, the tree sculptures from Central Market were a grant from Chandana. So that grant allows me to pay a few, about three to four artists throughout the whole time of production, to pay them for their workmanship to help us out. Therefore, there are elements of the different artists in each sculpture in a collaboration. Secondly, Ghetto Playground, sorry, we're not a collective. It's not a we, it's Ghetto Playground is actually just the name of the studio, of the space. Yeah, good that you asked, right? Then could clear a lot of like information for people out there. We're just a studio. It's ghetto because it's ghetto. In case you're gonna ask why Ghetto Playground, right?
Yeah.
And it's a playground, I believe, because I want to make these tools accessible not for the public, but for creative practitioners alike. Mainly because it's not safety enough for public to come, right? But if it's a creative, if it's a friend or whatnot, they're okay with it, because to upkeep a place,
Yeah,
Murray,
rental
you should know.
places like public space like this.
Yeah,
is
to be
a
public
lot.
proof,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
To be like newbie proof for a workshop area. It's quite challenging. A lot of like licensings to be done as well. Yeah. So Get Up Playground just a studio. I do have a lot of friends who would in our circle that we will call each other if we have any jobs or whatnot, to sort of, hey, want cari makan or not? Come, I got this job for this client in Singapore, blah blah blah.
Right. Yeah. So I mean, I guess all groups or collectives or friends, your strength in numbers.
Yes.
So sometimes there's some things you need other expertise, or like you get a project that needs to be delivered in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Who do
There's
you call?
stress in numbers too, just saying.
Stress in numbers too. Then you got people management, then you got HR and all
Yeah,
that.
correct. So that's where it comes. Like.
That's when you go big. Maybe I just want to talk a bit about the materials that you use. Because as an artist, I guess, you're talking about sustainability and using waste. How easy is it? Is it a challenge for you to get these kind of materials? How do you source them? Where do you go?
I mean, as an independent artist now, right? Like I do not actually sell sustainability much. I use waste material because I believe in it and I'm comfortable with it, and I love the effects that the nuance that it can bring in certain times, when we use it effectively. My sculptures are not 100% waste materials either. I still use electricity to weld. I still use store-bought materials sometimes for foundation purposes, for rigidity purposes, paint and coatings that I use. It's hard to. I don't sell the sustainability part. I'm just an artist who uses waste materials mainly, and I love using waste materials because they are cheap, right? You need to pour in effort, right? Time is what you pay for when you use waste materials, right? So I would always say choose your sufferings in life, and they're all suffering anyway. Just choose which suffering that you're most comfortable with. Yeah. Some smell, the color, how much time you need to like clean it up and stuff. Yeah.
And also, I mean, it's almost like even if you have to go dumpster diving or you have to go salvage these things, you can't just take everything. You need to like source, which is like, you need to have that sight of like, okay, I can use this, maybe I can repurpose this, I can cut this up and put this.
Yeah, all of us are hoarders.
Yeah. So, Get a Playground, I can imagine, has got lots of materials.
Yeah, a lot. I collected a lot of materials, offcuts. Everything has potential. That's the problem if you become a waste art artist. Yeah, you in the outside eye, you're a hoarder. All they say is a hoarder. You're gonna grow old, and some talk show is gonna come and help clean your house or something. Whatever sells. Kind of reality show.
Yeah.
It kind of looks like that. Yeah, with color. I would say that's nice about it.
And you can make something out of it. It might look like a pile of junk.
That's why they're there.
It's there.
Yeah.
Can I take a second to find out about what do you think about these sculptures that you've created? Have they done some sort of impact that you have seen? Anything out of which has
I mean,
done anything for you, or in the region? Have you seen some stuff like in Malaysia or in your travels?
I I don't know. I do not know of any existing noble effect that my artworks has created, right, to the outside people. But the effect I know is that it makes me happy, right? And happiness comes from many points in every individual, right? It provides for me, provides for my family, and yeah, I guess that's best.
I
That's
think
enough.
quite interesting, because when I went and saw, like, I'm looking at it as a third party, right? Because I'm just experiencing it. So when I went to Central Market One, just standing there looking at it. But I think after that observation, you step back and you see other people going to it and see how they play with these things. So, like, do they take a photo? Do they read it? Do they, like, wonder what the heck is this made out of? Looking inside the whole thing, because
Yeah,
you use a lot of
definitely.
gears and stuff like that. So it really, like, makes them, like, really, like, go on overdrive, like, is this something, like, is this an animal, what is this, like, they go, like, wonder moments and stuff.
Definitely there'll be something going on in their minds when they see it. I mean, one can only hope for the best, but I can't be sure. Some may like it, some may not. But I can only hope for the best. Like they will care, they will at least know. My only objective is that they at least know about this particular animal. If you're talking about the endangered species series, whereas other sculptures each has their own objective. I would say emotion that I wanna
Yes.
sort of get from people.
Yeah.
I can only hope for that. Like
Because I seen you did one where there's just a giant girl, I think, playing with brick, with blocks.
building blocks. Yeah. She's called building blocks. Yeah, it's a she. Yeah. That's the sort of like things that really. First, I gotta captivate myself before I can even hope that my work will captivate others, right? And I'm always captivated by the moment when we were kids. What are the pinnacle moments as we are growing up? You see, as a parent, it inspires me when I see my child grow and crawl and then walk, or first eye contact, like this kind of. But they'll never remember it, right?
Yeah.
So, no point I do a baby sculpture, but like when I make a sculpture like that girl playing building blocks, stacking up that first stack of block, we could still remember a glimpse of those kind of moments when we were kids. So that I feel it needs reminding. Like, we're too busy with our day-to-day lives, being a father, being a manager or associate or whatnot, like being a provider. But you gotta remember, we all begin as kids, right? So sometimes we need to have an outlook in life that, hey, I'm not a manager. I'm not Jay the manager. I'm not Jay the CEO. I'm Jay the kid too. I'm my mama's boy. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, that's
playfulness,
That's always very pure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I like that whole emotions that it builds for everybody. Is something
Yeah.
different. It can trigger different sides of what they have gone through, maybe personally.
Yeah, correct.
Maybe for you as a father, maybe
Yeah.
for someone else as an auntie or an uncle and stuff.
Memories bring strength. Like the
Yeah.
right memories bring strength in times of need. So I'm just hoping that
That
it
invokes it.
invokes. It's a personal thing for everyone.
I want to go into the area of whether you are looking into any tech
Tech.
in your art installations.
Oh.
Just wondering.
What do you mean by tech?
Are
Like,
you putting any like motion sensor stuff? Are you planning to like play with like, I don't know, like AR stuff and all these kind of things in sculpture? So are you more like, hey, mine is going to be focusing on like big art, or you're just like, yeah, if it comes, I'm open to do these kind of things?
I mean, I do use tech to help in my work, but I rarely use tech as a medium to express in my work. If that could ring a bell, like, yeah, I would use tech. I would use LiDAR scans for my work. I would use like different sorts of like applications, drawing apps on the iPad. But
Right.
all those is just to help me to create this one physical item.
I think the last few ones you did when with BGBG was all the bicycle installations that we used to do. So we used to have electronics department.
Still selling that now?
Still kind of, yeah,
still
now
got,
working in
Oh,
communities, so they are supposed to like
Not bad,
crank it
not
up.
bad.
So at least they
That's
make
good to
70%
know.
of it, So we have those there, why not, still execute. So William has been definitely involved in a lot of those projects
Yeah.
in the old days.
I miss those days.
Yeah, we had aquaponics where you can put sound into water and see different vibrations happen, so
I mean,
yeah. Those
to-
things are not impossible. It's still,
Yeah.
you just need the client or if
Yeah,
that's
to be honest, that's more. I mean, maybe it's my own because I used to work right in the maker space kind of community per se, and I kind of mentally, I think subconsciously, I separate that.
right.
Like, not say I don't, not say I don't deem that it's art. It is art, but it's not what I personally attach to as it's not my kind of art.
And also just to share, like, I mean, I used to see that what we have done in those kind of things is usually done just for a showcase or for just that festival, and then it's bye-bye. It's not permanent. So that
Yeah,
it-
for activation, it's useful for activation. For
Just a PSA, we have an Innovate team in our maker space, and if you're looking to do electronics work, we do have that service provided. So you want to put some tech into it, we have actually a tech guy and also a designer who does all this laser cuts.
pushing too hard, pushing
This is saying, just
too much advertisement.
in case you want to do it, if you suddenly like, hey, yeah, actually I could do back that electronic stuff.
I mean, jokes aside and being satirical, right? But like to be honest, I do not choose them also mainly because of maintenance issues, like these kind of blinks or sensors or whatnot. Most of my work are outdoors, so it takes a lot of preparation to have them outside, to not spoil. That itself is a lot of preparation, and to have them to function properly is another layer of which most of the time I tell my client, like, you don't need like too much like
Maintenance.
interactivity, and all you need is a silent moment between what you're providing with the people who are taking it in. They don't need like blinking disco lights or whatnot, right?
Yeah.
I do get a lot of requests for moving sculptures.
Oh.
I do not say no. I don't say no, but I just say like, yeah, you just make sure no one can touch it, because if a finger goes in,
That's that.
it never comes out. Like, so that's the and that always will stop them from, because definitely we will dream, I want this giant Tyrannosaurus Rex that will, people drink water, they put in the tong, and then the T-Rex will eat the bottle, and yeah, sure, like, but you just gotta make sure that there's no kid standing trying to feed the T-Rex and there goes their hand.
Bye-bye.
Like, like
Yeah.
it's metal, and there's no AI, there's no like,
Nice of you to touch about moving objects. I want to talk about your latest, a few of these series that I've been seeing around, your giant puppet installation of birds. Ooh, how
but-
did that come about? I saw some wacky looking ones to some huge ones where people are inside the bird, running around like a lion dance, dragon dance going on.
yeah.
Yeah, do tell.
So let me start from the beginning. Like 2 months ago, I followed this friend of mine called Siapa Theatre, and I really like their work. I love puppetry, like I've always wanted to try, but this Malaysia, like who do you even know there's someone making puppets in Malaysia?
Wayang Kulit is the
Right.
closest, but
Yeah.
that's it.
That's it, right? And so this they make sort of like Sesame Street kind of Muppet style and whatnot. And when I accepted that I'm an artist, like last year September onwards, I had a bucket list that I wrote down the things I want to do before I die, and making a giant puppet is one of them. And being in a theater performance is also one of them. I just say like, oh, I want to try theater, or I want to try this, I want to try that. So there's two at the same time, right? And funnily, I just dropped a message to Marlin of Siapa Theatre and tell her, hey, one day Jom lah, let's make a giant puppet one day, you know? One day, you know, like Malaysians say, one day means it's 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, God knows. And just throwing it out there to the universe. And 2 months later, she contacted me and said, hey, William, like, are you serious about making a giant puppet? You know, do you really want to do it? Like, I'm pitching for a job and this is this, da 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 da. And it's not a very high paying job, but like it's a passion project. Like I said, okay, sure.
Yeah.
Wrote me in, let me know what I should do, and then we made this giant bird puppet lah.
Wow. Can you tell us a bit more? Maybe give us some. How many did you make? What was it like?
I made one big one. My job is to make the biggest one.
Of course.
It was a very interesting experience for me. It was actually the big bird is used for a play. The play is called Bird's Call, and again it's a non-verbal kind of like action-based. I would call it a surface narrative that people could get, that it's about sustainability and all that. So first it will be a few smaller birds flying around with one or two puppeteers, and then when the music starts, that's when the medium birds will come in. So different species are local Malaysian species.
Right.
They will come in, but they each have like plastic bags stuck on them. They were struggling, and then one, we call it Tweety, the main small bird will appear, and she will come and interact with the crowds to ask the crowd to help the other birds to remove the plastic. And then later on, the big bird will arrive. Boom, boom, will come out. And the purpose of the bird, I mean, in writing, it's actually the Garuda, the mythical bird from the Malayan islands, the Kepulauan Melayu, right? So this mythical creature is meant to come out to sort of liberate and to sort of to take in the emotions of all these, my brethren are being stuck, and you humans are helping. You humans are causing it, but you humans can help it as well. I can help them as well. So, and towards the end part, when the giant Garuda comes out, that's when we invite all our workshop kids, you know, small kids who had an hour workshop before the show, sort of join and sort of dance around the birds. Like, it became like a very inclusive, very interactive.
It sounds like you got the audience to take part in the play.
Correct.
That's already a great thing, you know, to get not just them watching it, but to partake in it.
Yeah, it is kind of havoc, like for a theater director's point of view, it's like, whoa. But then
you don't know where they're gonna go.
Yeah, but when we step out of that, like, you know, I'm not the director, by the way. Director's my friend from Siapa Theatre called Helena. But like, just being in her shoes, seeing how she react. But then later on, to sort of take a step back and it's a participative theatre. Is meant to be abstract in the movement. It's meant to be organic in its, you know, inclusivity of people. Can, you know, if you join a show, do you dare to step up on stage? No, right? Yeah. You feel
sometimes
like, yo,
you just want to be back.
You know, even if people invite us, you'll be like, no. You know? But this one actually invites people to come into the so I feel that's a very strong emotion, a bond we had for a moment. Yeah.
So, I mean, glad you managed to tick off 2 boxes of your bucket list.
Yeah. It's a big bucket.
I can imagine. Hopefully I can take a few more for you if I can.
Oh, that'd be great.
I'll be happy to help see what that bucket is like. But yeah, I like the whole story that you have, you know, that whole showcase. I'm hoping, like, you know, maybe one day we get to capture it. Has it been around a few places already, or is it just one?
Oh, it's been on 2 festivals already so far, and now it's going to the 3rd festival this weekend actually at Subang Ria Park, and yes, the families like it.
So I can imagine one of your bucket lists would be Burning Man or one of these big festivals.
No, Burning Woman.
Burning Woman.
No, I'm just kidding. No, it's not. It wasn't. Burning Man wasn't in my bucket list.
But some of these, I remember like last time you used to show all these metal steampunk events where they built the whole stage and stuff. Yeah, that would be super badass to see. But yeah, great to hear that, you know, this show is ongoing. Hopefully we follow William and his socials later, which is available in the description. Make sure to go check out. Maybe you can see one of these shows, or you can catch him in other of his many projects that he's involved in, right? I'm just going to have 2 more questions, right? 2 more before we go into the game side of things. So my first question, which is a big one, I think I've been putting it for the last, because I feel as creatives, clients play a big role, you know, in terms of sustaining these projects, making sure you do this properly. So maybe some things you could share with us, because a lot of people might be new in this area, might be alone in this journey of theirs, and you don't want to be strung down by your clients. You want to have, you know, like, how do you manage your clients? I know even our team here, our Innovate team, Winnie, she even follows your guidelines in terms of to make sure like the clients know, like, you know, prototype, how do you say yes, no? No, it's good for them to also learn how they should work with artists, right? So I think you have got quite a good way of managing it and the expectation. So could you share with us how they should value your time and you value their time?
Yeah, wow, that's, where do, let me think about it for a while, so that I don't offend any of my clients, right?
We love you, clients.
All the people that I work with, yeah, I love all of you, right? But I guess first off, I would sort of explain, like, I'm saying this in an individual, like, I'm just responsible of my, you know, of myself, and I don't have a company, I don't have a bunch of people that works for me, and when we depend on my sort of sales skill to get as many jobs as possible, right? If it's not in that sort of context, in that sort of spectrum, then I would say I have a pretty good, I wouldn't say fail safe, but safe for both parties kind of relationship to work with. Few set rules that I work on. Number one, brainstorming ideas are free, dime a dozen. It's just verbal, right? Feel free to chat with your clients or jump into meetings to share what you feel, to understand what they feel about the work. And if they're truly interested, then I would tell them I have a strict policy of engagement fee, which helps pay the time for me to generate an invoice, to generate a design. And it's not just drawing. I have to draw something that I can build. I have to draw something that that I can get resources from elsewhere. I have to know how much are those resources to come up with a number to quote my clients or the patrons, so that it's not too much or neither is it too little. And I have to make research, sometimes anthropological, sometimes geographical, and sometimes it's about subspecies, you know, endangered species and whatnot. So all this will kind of the engagement of is the starting of the project. It's the most crucial part, which dictates the next 90% of the work and delivery. So after engagement fee, they will get a quotation. But I would always tell them, please tell me, how much are you willing to spend on this project? That will help us gauge the passion level of the client. I won't call them client, I'll call them patrons, because they are partners that I work with together, and we both have to believe in the same thing. If I don't believe in it, I won't do it. I will tell them, please don't waste your money, because I don't believe in this, and you should find someone who believes in this, so that you can work effectively with them. I'll never say no, but I'll tell them, I'll introduce them to somewhere else, you know? Like, I will just say, I can't do it, right? And I think that's important for creatives to know that there is no free design out there. That's way past, like, that's the 90s, man. When people come and tell you, like, hey, you know, can you make us a sculpture or an artwork, and you can put it in our space, and we are brand X, which is, we got 20,000 visitors here every day. Normally we charge people to use our space, but I give it you for free. But in exchange you make an artwork that's
Doesn't pay the bills.
that's nasty.
Yeah.
That's disgusting, right? At least a bad taste in the mouth, I would say. Like, and thankfully none of my clients are like that. They truly understand. The responsibility is on the artist.
Yeah.
You need to know, you need to have a set rule of how you can work productively, effectively. and share this rule with the universe, because then the universe will come back to you, and it's a standard. If you just do and follow yourself, it's a discipline. But if you follow yourself and you share with the people you work with, it becomes a standard.
Yeah.
So that's the standard of an artist that I want to be before I die, to be functional and effective. So I don't waste time with my clients. If you're not interested, then if you're not interested in the engagement, that means you're not interested in the project, then I don't think we can work together. That's all. Because it's a partner, it's not a client. Different kind of perspective.
Nice. I like how you make clients feel more welcome in a way.
Yeah, like I've had clients who had 90-day payment schemes,
Right.
or payment kind of policy. Sorry, not scheme. Payment policies,
Yeah.
which they can override, because I too have a policy. If it's because of the payment policy you can't work with me, then too bad, we can't work together, because I need X amount of money percentage before I start the work to buy materials, to feed me, my family, and all that, because I will spend 2-3 months of not doing anything, just working on a particular
materials
sculpture.
not cheap also.
Yeah, and you're only going to pay me after like 9 months later? No, I'll say no to the job. I said, I can't, right? But many times they can actually, right? Policy is man-made, right?
Sure.
Explore those. Talk to them honestly, like, hey, I'm broke, man. Don't pay me 90 days after, like, put in a white color envelope and give me 90 days after, I'll be dead. Like, Chinese inside joke.
But I mean, it's quite tough to have to follow up with them and then chase them, and if anything happens.
Yeah, like confirm design, right? Like if you pay me an engagement fee and I promise you 3 drafts, right? But most of the time, they don't fully use all 3, because first or second draft, they like it already. Okay, nice. Why I put 3 drafts? Because if you want more than 3, then every draft I will charge extra. Because that's only fair to me. I can't do 5 drafts for you and later on you just tell me, oh sorry, Tan Sri changed his mind. Who the hell is Tan Sri? I've been talking to you. Right? So that's the conundrum of creatives. They always get bullied. I won't say bullied. They always get, misinterpreted their value.
And like you said, it's sometimes not the main person you're talking to. This person is reporting to someone else, and that person doesn't know.
Correct,
he might be something new.
And I will request, please, I need to meet the person who is paying me. You work for this person, and I don't want you to have a hard time.
Yeah.
Because if you continue on this road, I talk to you, you talk to him, you talk to you.
Correct.
It will never be clear.
And sometimes they might be talking to 2 other artists.
He will put pressure on you.
Why? Yeah.
Because he knows you.
Correct.
Right? Because he don't have to do that work to put pressure on me. But when we get to know each other, then we are working together. Then I feel you believe in my work. Then I believe in you, in your words.
What you said about meeting the person who's gonna say yes to it. Like, why talk to a middle person and then that person doesn't know how to interpret it? Maybe he might be new, doesn't know anything about art.
Yes.
I'm sure most of these guys. And when you just tell them like, you're gonna make this, they're like, oh, okay, but they can't physically understand it. And when you explain it, I think that's something great that, as creatives, it's good to meet the decision makers, to share with them what's your concept, what's your idea, and having all these steps in place.
Correct. And I mean, it's just respect. Like, if you're going to pay me, I would love to meet you. Who is this, person that's, providing me sustenance for my next 1 month? And I would love to meet, I would love to gather and absorb what you truly want, in due respect to the deal that we have. Yeah.
So this kind of policy and stuff that you came up with, or you kind of like looked around or stuff, is it something is it something that's practiced with all the other creatives, or is it something like you just standardize for yourself?
Myself, I do not impose on anyone else to follow. Neither do I want to disrupt any other creatives out there punya modus operandi or their style, because different people work differently, right? I need a schedule. I need to have my 9 to 5, right? I can't sleep past 8:30 with kids, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I need to have that 9 to 5, and I think that's important. But that may not work for others. right? Some work better at night, like they are nocturnal creatives, right? So I understand that. But yeah, yeah.
Nice. Thanks for sharing that. I think that's something everybody can take away from in terms of as a creative
They can go.
and run with it. If you need some advice, I think definitely can.
Don't call me for advice.
Don't call him for advice.
If this-
call me for some
I
advice.
call him for advice, right? He's happy to share.
Yeah,
like-
and we also have innovative lab, like I mentioned, and William usually also does help us out for a lot of our projects. I know the last one we did together was something that you got some of your creatives, friends, or
My friends, yeah.
to pitch in. We had to do 16 art installations, which went on like 3 weeks deadline. Yeah, happened.
Which shouldn't happen to them if they would have listened to this podcast earlier.
Correct.
Just kidding.
All right. So now that we know a little bit about how we can manage ourselves, our business, I just want to find out one word of advice that you might have for inspiring artists in Malaysia or in Asia or in the world in terms of the projects that you do, like anything you want to share to the world.
I don't know, like inspiring artists. I'm not sure. Like many things will inspire them. Definitely not what I say. But I mean, just don't give up, lah. It's very cliche, but not giving up builds grit, and grit is very useful when you're falling down. So that's I think for anyone, anything they want to do. You want to be artist, want to be chef, you want to be, dancer or what not. You want to fly, be a pilot. Like that, perseverance and grit is very, very important, I guess.
Wonderful. Thank you, William. We are going to go into our fun round. So all the serious talk, great, nice, done, dusted. We're going to go into our game challenge.
So now can be not serious talk, is it?
Can just keep talking.
Okay.
Alright, so we're going to go into the fun fact round, and then after that we've got a rapid fire. Alright, first round of fun facts going to be read to you by William.
Okay.
Take it away.
Oh, fun fact number 1. Michelangelo sculpted many of his works by hand using hammer and chisel. Despite the difficult and physically demanding nature of this technique, Michelangelo was known to work tirelessly, often sculpting for up to 18 hours a day. Wow, not bad.
Ooh, 18 hours.
18.
What's your maximum hours a day?
9 to 5.
9 to 5, huh?
Yeah, 9 to 5.
Then you go back home.
Yeah, I go home.
Before kids?
Before kids, same, bro.
Same also.
Same.
Bro, I used to see you not 9 to 5. Until 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, bang, 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 bang.
That's because I was lazy and didn't finish work. No, there are times. I mean, Michelangelo's just bad in managing his time, 18 hours a day, if you ask me.
That's what I mean, yeah.
He had, if I'm not wrong, he had a team,
Yes, he
like
did.
actually like
True.
slaves like that help him to chisel
Correct.
and stuff, and
They imitate his stuff, or
that's-
then he
yeah.
gets them to finish their work and
I think
stuff.
5 hours he worked, then the rest he chilling in his workshop.
So the other times he's just telling people what to do.
Correct.
Okay, Michael, we will try and revive you and see what you have to say about it.
Oh, second.
Second question.
Enough plastic bottles are discarded over a year to go around the planet 4 times. Wow. Not bad.
Have you used plastic bottles for your installations?
Have you? No, I have, yeah. Of course I do.
Oh, where?
Yeah.
What?
So I did quite a lot. We did some plastic bottle fence.
Fish
Yeah.
fence? I want to say
Wavy, not shady,
Shade.
but wavy. Yeah. Shady
Shade.
is not a
Kelpak,
good
I
word.
remember
Yeah,
we
in
did.
Kelpak.
Yeah.
I did a lot of collages with plastic bottles before. We made the domes with plastic bottles.
I remember once my intern brought a project where to build an 8 feet flag of Malaysia with plastic bottles.
Yeah. Malaysian flag with plastic. Yeah.
So
Malaysia Day.
we took out some of these plastic bottles that went around the world. So next one.
Oh, by 2050, there will be more plastic in the ocean by weight than fish. Who's gonna prove that this is true?
I don't know, somebody's weighing
Who's
the
weighing
ocean.
all the fish?
Somebody is...
Who the heck is weighing all the fish in the ocean and coming out with this one sentence today? We must give him a prize.
Yeah, okay.
Like a golden weight.
Thank you, sir
weighing
or madam,
machine,
for doing this quantifying.
Crazy.
Next question.
The most polluting industries in 2023 are fuel, agriculture, fashion, transportation, and construction. The most polluting industries. Fuel,
Agree? Knew this?
fashion, transportation. True. True. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I know this because I know fashion contributes a lot because it's all made in Southeast Asia and shipped all over the world.
Funny, you didn't mention food though.
Huh.
Yeah.
I guess maybe agriculture covers it?
Yeah, agriculture.
Maybe?
Don't
I
know,
don't
I'm
know.
just trying to be smart,
Yeah.
like.
But compose your food if you can.
Yeah.
There's some cool places
I'm not
to
a
do
joke about that, right? Pollution nowadays, you get penalized.
it. Yeah, get cancelled, bro.
Yeah, get cancer. Yeah.
Ooh. Next one.
Become father nature. Landfills are mostly rot, as 66% of the rubbish is biodegradable, creating a lot of carbon dioxide and methane in the rotting process. Hey, that's
There's the food.
that's the food.
There's the food.
Why not capture that? Someone can weigh the fish in the ocean. Why cannot capture the carbon methane to make gas?
I think
cooking.
the filler is not prioritizing well enough.
Yeah, should put
Same with
the
Michelangelo.
fish weighing filler to the dump site.
Yes. Maybe Michelangelo should work there also.
Yeah, sorry, making some insensitive jokes. Guys,
Okay.
like, stop messing up the landfills, please.
Yes.
Throw nice smelling things at least. While Malaysia aims to achieve a national recycling rate of 40% by 2025, since when? The performance is still low at 33.17% in 2022. Are they showing off or are they
I don't know.
trying to say we're winning or?
Another film measuring. Don't know whether he's measuring correct. Maybe he also should measure the others.
Yeah, correct.
Because you see a lot of measurements here.
So it's like, because most of it, like, most of the facts are like, oh, it's in your, you're screwing things up. But this we're doing something good, man.
I mean, I remember last time it was like 20% or even lower than that.
Yeah, I mean, we don't have flying cars, but at least we have flying numbers. Yeah. Like 33.17%, right?
Yeah, that 1% matters.
Mm.
Okay. Next.
Steel is the world's most recycled material and can be recycled infinitely without deteriorating.
Did you know that? Is
I
that
don't
true?
think it's true though. I don't think it's true. I work with steel. Like every time you melt steel, though it's the most recycled, it takes up the most energy in steel recycling.
Right.
The resource can cycle, but even though you cycle, every time you burn it, you melt it, there's slag that will form that you have to throw. The steel actually become lighter and lighter and lighter. So one fine day, there's no more steel.
Right.
Then you have to steal other people's steel.
Don't steal, lah.
To make steel, no
Some fellas
choice.
steal gate and all that, bro. It's very bad.
They bang the gate and they steal the gate, right? The sculpture
big one.
in stone survives far better than works of art in perishable materials, and often represents the majority of the surviving works other than pottery from ancient cultures. Through conversely, traditions of sculpture in wood may have vanished almost entirely. Oh.
Stone masonry.
Yeah, stone masonry survives far better than works of art. Of course, because it's perishable, right?
Yeah. But weather and stuff can maybe like affect it. Have you played with stone?
Of course, we play with stone. Like,
I mean, Batu Seremban and all stones.
Seremban.
Yeah. Seremban, they like
In
stones.
Seremban, yeah,
But the stones.
With sculpting with stone,
Sculpting?
I've actually just played, like literally just played around with it.
Is it-
Never really sold any sculpture. To me, selling is a point. Is the first level of acceptance of your work. Like, okay, someone buy, okay, someone like it. Level 1 only, not there. So if I didn't even go through level 1 for my.
Yeah, but you work like a lot of wood, bamboo, sometimes.
Yeah,
again.
bamboo. Yeah, I think bamboo is just. Can I even say? I think people will hate me if I say
What?
it.
No, say.
I think bamboo is over worshipped.
Oh.
Is a material that is worshipped, not even believed. Like they believe, never mind, they worship. That means they believe something that is not proven. But people always think, oh, bamboo is revolutionary, going to change the world. Let's tear down our stone houses and build bamboo houses, That's how the natives does it in the jungle. But you got to understand, bro, I build you a bamboo house, it ain't going to last 10, 15 years, right? It lasted 20 years in the jungle in the natives' house because they know how to maintain it.
It does require maintenance.
Yes, definitely.
It's strong as steel. I know it's sustainable.
Yeah, for certain
grows
usages.
fast, but
Yeah,
for certain
yeah.
usages. Some maybe
Correct.
not. For others, maybe okay.
Yeah, if bungee your house, you float, at least your things
I mean,
will
like
survive,
if for
right?
a perishable art installation, not too bad. You put it up there.
Correct.
Biodegrades, doesn't hurt
It's
anybody.
actually highly perishable. Like even if you treat it, still humidity, hot sun and all that, you still have to maintain it every year. You still have to treat it. You have to lacquer it. Inside, outside. A lot of maintenance.
Nice.
Wow,
Next one's huge.
This pretty long one.
Thanks.
Bronze doesn't rust, but because it's made from copper, it can oxidize. But rust is oxidized. Okay, when exposed to the air, bronze will naturally oxidize into greenish hue on the outside, called a patina. True?
True.
These patina are pretty and can look dignified with age, but might weaken the bronze over time. Artists take advantage of this natural phenomena and add their own man-made patinas to bronze sculptures. These colorful patinas can help protect the work of art from natural oxidization.
Wow.
True.
You've
But I
worked
don't
with-
know if they can follow or not. I read so long, but hopefully you guys could. Yeah, but bronze is an interesting material. I am sort of working on my solo exhibition for next year, and I am using brass, not bronze, but the cousin of bronze, brass. It oxidizes in the same manner as well.
Nice. And I know you did some copper installations last time.
Yes, those are
for a
copper pipes.
speakeasy bar.
Oh yes. Oh yeah, that's in Locker and Loft
Locker and Loft.
in Dansara Kim.
Yes.
Yeah.
Required a lot of polishing.
A lot of polishing.
Remember those days of polishing?
Correct.
Cool.
Still on bronze.
Age.
Even after thousands of years, bronze reigns as the material of choice for metal monuments today. That's because bronze naturally expands as it cools in the mold, giving bronze sculptures excellent detail and expression. That's very true. What's more, bronze is reasonable to work with and is more durable to the elements, allowing monuments to leave their indelible mark on the masses for decades to come. True as well. I mean, partially because ancient times, a lot of bronze sculpture remain because they're bronze, they're not gold, right?
And that was why it's called Bronze Age. We found it and just went mental on it, just going all out fully.
Not really Bronze Age, but like artwork per se, the Renaissance period or whatnot, right? A lot of bronze sculptures, they stay on until today because luckily they are bronze. If they are gold, they are melted down already, long gone.
Stolen,
Serious.
gone, yep.
Not because the material wise, but because of perception of value of humanity, like heavy, people don't carry.
I think we've got two more only left.
How do I pronounce? Louise Bourgeois.
French lady.
Okay, Louise Bourgeois. Okay, was a surrealist. She did not hang around in the New York art scene and only later gained attention and fame for her art. Today, Louise Bourgeois is best known for her sculptures and installation. As a woman, she is considered a modern pioneer in this field and is known as an icon of feminist art. I don't think it's important if she's a woman or she's cool means she's cool, right?
Yep.
And she does take a lot of representation in terms of fighting for, the imbalance of female and male being treated in the society. Mm-hmm. I think that's more highlight. Although sculptures and installation are the artist's main work, she was also a painter and printmaker. Correct. That's what an artist is. If it's a painter, it's a painter. If it's an artist, it's not a painter. An artist is a painter, is a sculptor, is a daydreamer, is a sketcher, is a stone arranger. Like it could, yeah.
Yeah, I wanted to show you some of her work. Fortunately, those of you online, you might not be able to see it, but
yes, I've seen some of her work.
Definitely, we see like the spider and a few other things that she's done. Pretty cool stuff.
Very ahead of her time. In the days where fine art is like within the frame, in the gallery setting, it has to be that certain criteria. She breaks the barriers, right? I guess that's what artists do best.
Last one.
Alexander Calder, earliest kinetic sculpture, ability to move via mechanical power. Yep. His later works instead tended to rely on the natural movement of air in whatever space they occupied. Really, truly mind-blowing works
Definitely. I mean,
that brought sculptures into in a more modern kind of. Kinetic sculpture is a very modern thing. Yeah.
it is definitely something like people want to like captivates you much more.
Yeah.
I know I've tried to pitch this with a lot of clients together long time back where we wanted to make
Yep.
a lot of things move, but it's not as easy.
Nope.
Like what you said earlier, when there's moving parts and people, and if it stops moving, then you need to come and check it out. And
I guess that's the difference, right?
Yeah.
People look at really cool stuff online and that's taken in a gallery, but they don't realize that the gallery is a highly controlled environment.
Yeah.
Right? From the light to the ambience to the music to how people should walk and enjoy the artworks. And clients which are corporate or venue owners of sorts, they always get inspired, I want to put this in my venue, but it's not the gallery. Gallery, the people take care, people, you one win, you put a fan there, but this is an outdoor space, right?
Don't know the force of nature. What's going to pull it down or anything.
Definitely, right? One lightning strike, that's it.
Wonderful. Okay, so we talked a lot about lots of things, from sustainable things to sculpting. We're going to go to the next part, which is the rapid fire.
Ooh.
I have 11 questions.
Ooh.
You need to answer them fast.
Cannot answer 7.
Cannot.
Must answer 11.
11. 11 doesn't work here.
Okay.
Right, so first question. You can't see it.
I cannot see. The font is too small.
Very good. Purposely. All right, first question. Who's your favorite artist?
Artist?
Artist.
My favorite artist, like singing artist or sculptor artist or my favorite sculptor.
Rapid.
Oh, rapid. Oh, sorry.
Fire.
Can ask me again. I'll answer fast.
What's your favorite artist?
Myself.
Oh, hey. Doesn't work that way.
I cannot.
Outside of
Outside
you,
of me.
your body. Yeah.
Favorite artist.
I know what you're
Favorite artist or sculptor?
Sculptor.
Sculptor. Say lah nicely.
Sorry.
Sculptor.
Nicely, sculptor.
I don't really have any favorite sculptors out there.
Okay.
But painter, yes, George Seurat.
George Seurat.
Pointillism, father of pointillism.
Okay. Going for next question. What's the best material to work with?
Best material to work with is Play-Doh.
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 Is
Best
it?
to work
Oh,
with.
Play-Doh. Plasticine.
Yeah, plasticine.
Oh, okay.
Even a kid can do it.
Yeah. If you had any advice to give an artist, what would it be? Can you rap it
Huh?
in a rap
Like,
format?
yo. If you want to be an artist, you got to earn some gold. You ain't got no gold, you ain't got no gold. Gold, and you're a poor artist. No, I'm just kidding.
Enough.
Like, that's so bad. That just came out so bad.
It's good. You use your
Let me
humbling
let me
voice.
try it again.
Okay, one more
Like-
time.
Like
Hit it.
an
Advice.
advice for artists, is it? Oh, thanks for the beat. If you wanna be an artist, gotta earn some dough. If you ain't got no dough, your wife's gonna call you bro. And then you're gonna be late for home, ain't got no bread, no milk, and no place to sleep. That's just for me.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's not just artists, it's anyone. Any husband out there, there's a lot of pain in that song. If you will notice, right? Subconsciously.
Relate. Okay.
You guys got me there.
Nice. Okay. Next question. Where is Gator Playground?
In Klang.
Okay. What type of music do you listen to while working?
Many type. Many different type.
What's your favorite type?
Heavy metal, dubstep, drum and bass, side trance, and
Okay, nice. Building a house or building a boat?
boat. Build both.
Both. A boat house.
Both.
Boat
A
house.
boat house, yeah lah.
Okay,
You know
nice.
the answer why you asked
I
me?
didn't know. I just discovered that answer.
okay.
I was like, wow. I would like my art to be displayed in a museum. Yes or no?
No, then I'll be dead.
Dark.
Damn old some more. Like 5,000 years later. What the hell?
What would you like to say to your younger self? Don't
Nothing.
laugh to your younger self. Nothing. You just laugh at him like.
I don't call the space-time continuum paradox, you know what I'm saying? Like, no, I'm not gonna say anything. I'm happy with myself. Now let him go through all that crap.
Okay.
He has to, yeah.
Finish this sentence. As an
This-
artist, I'd like to. Oh shit.
I thought it was that sentence.
No.
Okay, again.
As an artist, I would like to.
I would like to continue to be an artist and do what I like to do and live a fruitful life. And the day I die, I won't regret.
Okay, don't go into a museum.
Correct.
What's your favorite tool?
My favorite tool, my smartphone.
Oh.
I can contact my clients. My hammer cannot, my welding cannot.
What's your favorite sculpting tool?
Favorite sculpting tool? My welding machine.
Oh. So you wear the visors and all. Bzzz.
I only can choose one tool, right? Visor is another tool.
Okay.
So the machine, then the visor.
But you need the visor.
Sometimes.
Gangsters.
Yeah, don't follow me. Yeah.
Ghettos.
Don't follow what I do.
Create something for clients or create something for a corporate?
Which one gives money?
Both will give you money.
Both also create.
But this one is individual. That means like one person, I want this thing to have this, or you want to do it for like a big conglomerate or like some organization.
Both is okay.
Both is okay.
Because
Okay.
the organization will have one fella, and that one fella is the first fella, is the same fella.
And that's our final question.
Oh, thank you so
Yeah,
much.
so you just keep building. Thank you so much for those answers.
Thanks for
Fantastic.
having me. Yeah.
I need to ask our judges, how well did you do? Can I get some numbers? What did you like to say?
What? Got
10,
points all, ah?
10.
What?
Whoa, one even give you 11 out of 10. Never happened before.
What?
Normally you just get 10s, but with that,
I didn't know I'm being judged. Yeah. I wouldn't have signed up for this show, man.
the people laughing in the background are our audience. Is mainly our crew, from videographers to tech people.
Yeah, and very dear friends.
and very
yeah.
dear friends. So you get a nice Marika
Yeah, more branding.
BGBG bag for coming here today
Yeah, thank you so
to
much.
shop if you like
Got
to.
food or not? I'm hungry.
Nothing.
Oh, wow.
We have restaurants upstairs and there's a cafe here.
Yeah.
It's closed right now.
Give la money.
High five.
High five, okay, guys. Thank you for bearing with me. Like, yeah.
Yes. Thanks everyone for joining us. Before we sign out, you're going to hear from William of his socials so that you can follow him and check out the things that he do. Any last words, parting words, anything that you're doing right now that you can come, maybe volunteer?
Nah, man, I'm happy. I love the interactions I get from Instagram and Facebook. And do contact me there if y'all need anything. You can talk to artists, right? Just don't be shy. Ask us a question. We're happy to answer. Catch me on Instagram on William Koong, William Koong, and Facebook. But I'm not active on Facebook. Mainly on Instagram only because I'm that age. Yeah.
Yeah, no TikTok yet, huh?
God lah, but only 3 or 4 videos only.
Oh, yeah, I saw some of it. You narrate, like, hi, so this is the artist who is
Yep.
going. It's quite cool. Check it out. Stay tuned for more episodes. That's the Late Night Connections.
Yep.
Thanks, everybody. Signing out. Bye-bye.
Bye, invisible audience, all listeners. Thank you. Thanks for supporting art and artists in Malaysia.
Wrap.